Hello everyone and welcome to Tales and Myth and Mayhem on our little game of Fallout. It never fucking changes. Joining as always is the players. Hello, players.
Hello, players.
Hello.
Overseer. And
great and glorious, watching. Benevolent, whatever.
I don't know. Depending on what happens, you may hate me. We're coming up.
I feel like the bit's got away from us now.
We are basically on the home stretch. And yeah, let's just get into it. So I'll set the scene. War. War never changes. After the First World War, it was said that the world had learned this could never happen ever again. After the Second World War, it was said that the world had learned that this could never ever happen again because nuclear weapons exist now, so it really fucking can't. But then the resource wars came. A decade of global military catastrophe as nation-states slaughtered each other over the last traces of uranium and oil on the planet. If peace had been achieved during this time, that war, the resource war, would probably have been called World War III. The global reign of nuclear weapons that served as a climax to the resource wars made sure that it never was. The problem of wars as lessons for humanity is there has to be people left who are able to teach those lessons. So here we are 200 years later. You all stand at ground zero of what could grow into World War IV. Not to be fought with sticks as predicted by the greatest 20th century thinkers, but artificial intelligence. North of where you now stand, the Baconite robots fight on. Thousands of robots march forward to certain catastrophic, violent deactivation on the front lines. The Baconite's chrome chassis glisten in the sun as they fight, each driven by love for their mother. A mother that could only be loved by machines programmed to love her. The people of Sanctuary and Concord make the best of their situation. They know they are lucky to be alive and safe from the wasteland, but they also know they won't be able to persuade Mother that they are satisfied forever, and they live in fear of what happens if she ever gets to learn the truth of their dissatisfaction. To the east of where you stand, the Commonwealth United Forces are winning the battle of the I-93 bridge. The victory would be the start of an extended campaign against three armies that outnumber them. But they are not aware of the true scale of this because how could they? Betsy and John Hancock lead the charge, along with Knight Maxey. They run, dodging and weaving around pre-war car husks and Institute fire. And a laser round lands in John Hancock's shoulder. He lets out a yell and crumples to the ground and drags himself behind some debris. He reaches into his blue Civil War jacket and retrieves a mini-nuke, cracks the end against the ground and throws it over his shoulder. He screams, "Cover!" into his radio. The forces at his back dive for cover as the mini-nuke lands and detonates. It is only a matter of time before they cross over and witness the scale of the war they must fight and win. Just beyond where they are, the main throng of Institute forces pouring out of the Institute EMP field heads towards the front lines. Olivia Barstow is behind the line, attempting to assist the wounded in a makeshift hospital that has been set up in a pre-war comic book shop. She stands and looks at the shop floor, obscured by the sea of injured and dead. She puts her head in her hands, her thoughts overwhelm her for a few seconds before she snaps out of it. Her guilt over her former job cannot overwhelm her now, and she walks towards another soldier who needs her. She walks past the parents of Cassie Gusler, Caitlin, who you met at the General Atomics factory, and her husband Yusuf. Next to them is their daughter, lying on the ground. Professor Doctor walks past them, having finished administering whatever help he could from his stash. He heads for the door and picks up a rocket launcher that was resting against an empty shelving unit. He begins to sprint towards the line. As he approaches, he sees a super mutant, bashing Generation 1 synths away with a massive bone. Master Boner, the super mutant you had left paralysed and for dead a week ago, holds his own against 30 synth units that surround him. He lets out a scream and begins his final stand until the synths' heads begin to explode one by one. The mutant looks confused until he sees his saviour, Zeb, the gun runner leader, his minigun, and Rayleigh, the woman who not that long ago Master Boner had nicknamed Lunch. They all nod at each other and head towards the line past a woman in a red cocktail dress. Magnolia, the singer from the third rail in Good Neighbour, showed up to the war looking as incredible as she normally does. On top of her usual outfit, she now has a flamer, a bandolier packed full of fuel, and a helmet covered in tally marks. She's wearing sunglasses and a cigarette is hanging out of her mouth. As Magnolia lets out a scream and unleashes her flamer on more synths, a woman that you've not met in a red leather jacket takes Magnolia's picture. If anyone survives the war to come, this picture of Magnolia will become an iconic image of the war, thanks to Piper Wright, the camera woman. Every war has its storytellers, and Piper Wright, Diamond City's roving reporter, recently freed from the clutches of the Institute, will be this war's journalist and historian. If anyone is to survive, they'll be reading her words about the war for decades to come. The reactor in a nearby pre-war delivery van explodes, pushing the reporter to the ground. She crawls to cover, checks herself for injuries, and realizes she is sitting next to someone. Without looking up, she asks, "Has anyone heard from Valentine or anyone inside the Institute?" "Nothing yet," the person replies. "And if you ever want to have kids, you might want to put a few feet between us." The reporter looks up and realizes she is talking to a ghoul that is glowing, an unnatural green glow. Ever the astute reporter, Piper instantly recognizes the ghoul's armour. Only gunners wear armour like this, she thinks to herself. She pulls out her notebook and pencil. "What's your story? Why are you on our side?" The ghoul looks at her. "Payback," the ghoul responds bluntly before jumping over the cover and fires her laser rifle, screaming, "This is for my boys!" North of the I-93 bridge at Citadel Maxon, the Forge forces are pouring out of the opening, making their way to the front. Robots of all kinds stream out, chrome blackened, adorned with the bones of their luckier victims. Amongst them are the drones, things that used to be wastelanders, traders, knights of the Brotherhood of Steel, vault dwellers, the less lucky victims of the Forge, ready to die for those who mutilated them. War never changes. The problem with learning the lessons of war is someone has to be around to teach them. There are no signs this war will be any different. The people who will ultimately decide how this war goes are standing inside an EMP field on Institute territory, looking at two buildings. Kathy Bacon's offer is at the forefront of your minds. Locate the Vault-Tec fabricated blueprints from the regional office, take them back to Sanctuary, and she will make you whatever you desire, and you will allow her to become the mother of the Commonwealth, win the war, and save everyone. To your left is a building, maybe 15 stories high. Out front is the familiar mascot of Vault-Tec. To your right is a building that looks similar to some of the buildings you saw in Boston. Arches in the front, tall windows. Only this building is pristine. It appears brand new. Behind that building, you can make out a stream of Generation 1 synths, marching both east and west out of small openings in the EMP field. In front of you is an iBot, a machine no larger than a soccer ball, a tall antenna sticking out of its head. It watches you. Nate, the Vault Dweller who has accompanied you in the search for his son, pulls out his pistol and points it at the iBot and looks to you all for guidance. What would you like to do?
It already knows we're here. No need to shoot it.
Nate holds for a second, then slowly puts his pistol away and says, "Your world."
Well, at this point, looking at the rest, you think we should just ask it to take it to your leader? Okay, you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. Yeah,
Save some time.
Has seen us, and we need to. We're not here covertly anymore, so
The iBot says nothing.
Can I
Lead us
speak?
to your leader. He doesn't have to speak. Just lead us to your leader if they're under control. Does it give any response?
No
I don't
obvious
know what would be
response.
watched. Well, which building then? Looking over at the rest of the group. From what I understand, what you need is over there at Vault-Tec for your village. And then you could say, screw the rest of the world. Hopefully you'll take me, but hey, I'm here for the fun. Or we can pick up Kathy, or who points to the other building. Talk to them. I think we're going to have to talk to them no matter what.
Did we have a theory that we might find the pod we needed at this place without having to give Kathy what she needed?
We're going to take the blueprint to make another machine. Is that correct?
You have
Yes, she wanted that, but did we?
you have holotapes on you that you have collected from the General Atomics factory. They are currently encrypted.
Yeah, we needed a key.
But also you said you only needed a motherboard, or...
We need an S742U board, but that's for our settlement. But we also need to decrypt what's on these tapes.
I would start with what do you need for your settlement, and then decide what you need after that.
It might be the information we need is encrypted on the tapes.
And that's what.
And is that would be located in the Vault-Tec?
Okay.
I'm questioning because I don't.
I think it will be, but it might not be an easy ride to get in there.
Looking across over at the Vault-Tec building, do we see any sort of guards, people, robots, security drones, etc., other than the iBot?
The only things you can see are the Vault-Tec headquarters, well, Vault-Tec regional office, I should say, which is a regional headquarters, which is why I keep getting you confused. The building that is old-looking yet brand new, and the iBot, and yourselves. The rest of the location is streets, roads, little bits of shrubbery. It looks what you would imagine, or Jade, what you remember as being pre-war.
And we see no other living beings, creatures, movements.
You don't see anything. If you want to give me a perception survival check, you can double check. Difficulty 1.
Trying to remember how to do this. Perception, I believe, not
Perception,
and
survival.
Survival. I have 1 success.
You are as sure as you can be that there is no other thing around that you can see from where you are.
Okay. Well, it looks like there's nothing here. No robots, no humans. So, he looks over at the Jade and Augusta. Well, which one do you want to go to?
Let's go.
I mean,
well,
yeah. Can we turn the iBot down? One thing is that they know we're here, but maybe they don't need to know what we're doing from here.
If that's what you want to do.
One question, would Augusta know how the iBot is functioning under the EMP field?
Oh, the EMP field isn't suppressing electronics once you were inside.
Oh, we've passed through it.
It is
Okay.
a barrier. You've passed
Got
through
you.
it.
So we could take our stuff back out again and use it. We're not without pit boys and things.
Yeah.
Let's do that because I want to be able to do cold shots and things and look up information and communicate. So I will distribute the pit boys and any other technology that I was carrying in my adapted dustbin.
At this point, your Miss Nanny is waiting outside.
Yes. I know I'm without Miss Nanny. I'm remembering that.
Tumu is with you. As much as Tumu could be. Tumu, very good cow. Very good Brahmin. Managed to not freak the fuck out whilst running through a war zone. Freddy clearly had her well trained.
Mm-hmm. The fact that she's blind, you know.
She's got those blinker things on the side, so she can only be straight ahead.
Well, that's two heads. One looks one way, one looks the other.
Yeah, one on each head.
Post-war animal research has not been very good for obvious reasons, but nobody entirely knows what a Brahmin's sensory capabilities are. So
it could be they can see the EMP field.
She may be blind, but who knows? She's a mutated cow. Who the fuck knows what she can hear or sense in other ways?
She has two brains, and, you know, it could be...
She sees dead people.
So where are you heading?
Soon she'll be seeing us. No. Which one are we heading to, guys? Just pick one. Otherwise, I'm going to pick the one to the left.
Vault Tech first. We want to unlock these tapes, then we find out if we already have information.
Heading for the office, but could we shut... can we shut down the iBot before we go there?
I'll attempt to hack.
As you approach and start lifting up a... can't remember the word for it. A flap. There's a nicer word for it, but a flap.
Yeah.
The iBot says, "Don't."
Okay. Why are you here?
The iBot says nothing.
How far are we from the EMP field?
Let's go.
You're not that far. you are within like 10 feet of it at this point.
Jade, how's your throwing arm?
My?
You're stronger than me.
Yeah, but... oh, God.
My suggestion is that you throw the eyeball into the EMP field. It will deactivate.
Yeah.
You might as well hack it if you're going to wreck it.
It said not to.
Yeah, I mean, throwing, I have 0 in throwing, and it's agility based, and my agility is shit. So, unless I can use my strength,
I'll let you throw it for
maybe
free.
I get.
Because it's not that far, and, you know, you can't miss. It's an EMP field that goes up like many stories high. Like, it would be astonishing if you miss. So this is as close to a certainty as a roll could get. So if you want to throw it at the EMP field, throw it at the EMP field. I would be an absolute dickhead of a GM if I made you roll for this in the circumstances.
The size of a football?
Yeah.
Floating in like eye height, so he will volleyball smash it through the EMP field.
The iBot goes flying through the EMP field out of sight.
Good work, Jade.
Let's go.
Now we're not being watched.
You begin walking towards the Vault-Tec regional offices, and as you walk past the statue of Vault Boy, another iBot appears behind you.
This should have been predictable, I suppose.
You reach the entrance and the doors are wide open, and you can see inside a pretty grand looking hallway with a few desks. Well, with a long desk, I should say, in the middle of the room. You are standing outside. What would you like to do?
I'm going to start searching for some kind of decryption key.
Let's go in and close the door and hope the iBot doesn't follow or come in some...
I think we have to just assume that we're working with an audience here.
Yeah. I
Looking
know, but
around, are there cameras in
let's
the
try.
office and room?
Let me just change this over. Blah, blah, blah.
This is Vault Tech. There'll be security, I'd imagine.
Oh,
I'd be very
I'm
surprised if there isn't.
I know it's there, but is it functioning would be the question. Oh, it zoomed way in. Okay.
Okay, so you're standing outside the doorway at the bottom of what you should be seeing on Roll20. In the middle of the room is a long desk with a computer terminal on it. Beyond that, you see an elevator, and to the right, a door.
The door is open, and it probably has been for a while. Let's assume that everything down here has probably been taken that was of any value. If we want to look, we can do, but I think the good stuff will be upstairs.
Right now, let's just get what you need and try not to make any trouble.
Agreed.
Is there any computers or any terminals at this point?
There is one computer terminal in the long desk in the middle of the room.
Might as well have a look at it in case there's any contextual storytelling going on.
Let's see if we can find the Easter eggs.
I'm hoping for a diary entry.
I just want to see how hacking works.
As you walk forward into the hallway, you hear a reasonably loud sound. A hum with the occasional crack coming from beneath you. If anyone passes a difficulty 3 intelligence science check, you can try and work out what that sound is.
As soon as I start hearing floor cracking and stuff, I'm going to back up and move closer to the wall. And that's just sound.
Augusta,
Intelligence survival?
Augusta's worked it out. Nobody else has worked it out. Augusta, that is the sound of a power station. Specifically, the kind used in vaults. The sound is pretty familiar to you. This power station sounds like it is operating past maximum capacity, and it is located beneath your feet.
Herb, it sounds like the engines can't take it anymore. That's a reference I saw in holotapes when I was at the vault.
Okay, I can't do my Scottish accent to go with it.
Please don't.
Well, if you're letting everybody else know this?
Yeah. There's a power station downstairs, but it sounds like it's under incredible strain.
Well, if they're pumping out those robots over in the other building, or is it this building?
We could have a look, see what's going on. Something's happening that's using a lot of juice.
Why don't you first try to see what's going on that computer?
Let's have a look.
Yeah.
Okay. On the computer terminal on the desk.
We can't hear you, Michelle.
Whoops. So many windows. So many windows. Right. On the desk, you approach the computer terminal and you see on the screen username reception desk 02. The password is blank.
Looking around for like a bit of tape or a sticky note or something that might have the password written on it. Maybe like pulling out a drawer and seeing if there's anything written underneath. The usual kinds of password hiding places. You
open a few drawers and they are all empty. This place... You get the feeling this place has been stripped down of basically almost everything.
I'm trying to let other people say things because I've got a suggestion, but I've also just wanted to keep going just now. So if other people want to do stuff, please go for it.
I'm about to propose something that might be stupid. Since we have this machine close to being a liability, what about we split up? You go do the techie computer stuff, trying to get the holotapes or the information, and I go down to see if I can do something about this.
I don't think we
machine.
should split up right now. There's too many things of variables. We don't know what's up or below. We shouldn't separate. How many of our entourage accompanied us?
I just feel we're running out of...
You have with you Tumu and Nate. Nate at this point is basically hanging back and being very quiet, as he is completely out of his depth and has been ever since you left Sanctuary. This does look vaguely familiar to him in that it is it looks like a pre-war building, but well, he just said, like, if you were to ask him, he would say he was a military man. He never worked for Vault-Tec. He doesn't know anything. I don't know if this is me overstepping my bounds, but you have radio contact with someone who used to work in this building.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that. I was going to get my Pip-Boy happening and try and contact our friend from the other Vault-Tec building who we met previously.
Olivia.
Maybe Jade should do that conversation, actually. Although, no, maybe it'll be good to do this.
Yeah.
I mean, she's Jade's friend, but it might help build bridges a little bit. Your call, Jade.
I can
your
call
companion.
her, but it's... I can definitely call her, but we know how things go when they go between middleman. It takes more time, and I have no idea what the fuck she's talking about.
Would one of you just call her? Come on.
We're such millennials. We don't make a phone call. Yeah, I'll talk to her.
This place is either going to blow up or we're going to, get shot. One or the other.
iBots. Okay, then Augusta will attempt to communicate with Jade. No, with Olivia. Sorry.
Speaking of iBots, what's our iBot friend doing?
Just staring at you.
It came in the building with us?
It followed you in.
Okay, I'm the only icon on the board, so I don't know. So.
Oh, I can fix that. Sorry, I'm operating on a reduced screen number.
Don't worry. I'm just saying. I'm assuming everybody's in the room. I'm going to walk the perimeter, and then check the back door. At least see if it's locked. Check the other desks and stuff, just so you know what I'm doing while she's playing on the computer.
I can't find the icon I made for it on Roll20. I think I must have named it something wrong. It'll take me a while to find. So just assume, going forward, the iBot is within like 3 feet of you at all times.
We can theatre of the mind the iBot.
Yeah.
And what do it do if we try and close the door on it?
Okay, if you close the door on the iBot, it'll fly in through an open window.
Okay. Yep. Got it.
So, picking up the...
you pick up the radio and...
however we're doing it.
The radio that was given to you is probably the best way to do it. After a while, you get a response. Hey, it's Betsy. What's your status?
We've been making progress. Can we communicate with Olivia for a moment, please?
Yeah, sure. 1 sec. You hear laser fire and gunfire as the radio is seemingly passed between, like, maybe 20 or 30 different people, each person saying, Olivia. Eventually, after a few minutes, you hear, hey, Olivia here.
Hi, Olivia. I hope you're doing well. I've got a very quick question for you. I'm going to try and keep it brief because it sounds like you're terribly busy at the moment. We've made it to Vault Tech offices. We're trying to get into the computer and we don't know a password. Have you got any memory of a username and password that might get us into the computers here?
Have you made it downstairs?
Not yet. Sounds like the power station's running a bit ragged, though.
Huh. Okay, So where are you now?
On the ground floor. Reception, it says.
I don't know that, but... I mean, what are you looking for?
We're trying to get some encryption keys to decrypt some tapes we found.
Alright, you need to go downstairs.
Roger.
Once you get down there, you may have some trouble with the vault door.
Why?
I mean, I haven't been there in 200 years, so I don't know what it is, but there's a vault door. If you have any trouble at the door there, radio me, and I'll guide you through. But yeah, if you're looking for encryption keys, they'll be in there somewhere. You will also find where I used to work and a bunch of other things. Basically, all of the really important Vault Tech stuff happened in the basement.
Got you. So we need to open the door and then look for the things. Thank you, that's valuable information.
All right.
How many levels to the basement?
Do me a favor.
Delete your old email?
No. I mean, if my email's still there, you please respect my privacy. But we're coming up. We're about
Search history?
we're about to take the bridge. So whatever you could do to make things easier for us when
we'll do what we can as soon as we can.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Same to you.
Hangs up the ends the call, I guess, the communication. Over and out, etc. I think we have to go downstairs, everyone. It sounds like that's where the good stuff is.
Did she tell us how to get down there?
Apparently the door will be a challenge and we should just message her again. But her workstation was down there.
Assuming there's only one door leaving, Michelle?
It looks like
there's an elevator and there's that door that leads to some stairs as you open the door.
This being the elevator?
Yeah.
Elevators can also descend.
I pushed the down arrow. And wait.
The door opens and on the inside you see it goes ground floor where you are. Goes floors 1 to 15 above the ground floor. And there is one button that just says -1.
Found our brand.
Let everybody get in.
Is it just me and Herbie? Jade, are you coming downstairs? Or down in the lift anyway? Cool. Then once everyone's in, I'll press the button.
Alright. Doors close and the elevator goes down. The lights flicker a little inside. But after about 45 seconds, you emerge and in front of you, you see... let me just... Boom. Yeah. You see that the vault door that Olivia told you about is open. Audio
where
problems.
are we followed by the iBots?
I am now really loud on the microphone. Everybody else is loud.
Should we talk and let you play with levels?
Oh, I'll just lean away from the mic and that'll help.
I've just edited them a bit, so that should hopefully fix the issues.
But the door is wide open, you said, correct?
The door is wide open. The iBot is still
Freddy?
with you,
Herbie?
and inside you see a hallway.
Let me go first. Then he lowers the minigun and starts walking in.
Okay, as you do that... Oh, shit.
No, he doesn't do that.
Oh, no, too late. Too late.
Yay.
Let me, I had this sorted out. Oh wait, hang on. Did I put them on that layer? No. I had this all sorted out, so I thought.
Well, now you're under pressure, and that's why you're just going. So take a moment.
That's
breathe.
Yeah, it's roll 20. The impulse is to just press all the buttons.
Ah, there we go. I will add all of the players too. Because right now we've got Herbie, who has made his way inside. The others, just stick them down there for now to signal that they are outside.
I think Augusta wouldn't be far behind Herbie.
Okay.
Oh, hey, Michelle, remember that session you had to do without a keyboard at all?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're doing great.
Thank you. All right. Right. And Jade. Jade. There you are. Okay, Herbie, as you enter, you see at the other end 2 turrets target you, and they each take a shot at you.
I target back when it's my turn.
Hit.
And my, what is it? I'm trying to remember rules. What is my melee?
Right.
Defense 1. So.
Okay, before anything, you take 2 energy damage to 20, which is...
Right leg.
It's a right leg, but it does nothing.
Ah, well, similarly, you take then 3 damage from the second one to another area that I'm pretty sure you've got armored up, so you are probably fine.
Yeah, my armor for energy weapons is 3, so... Unless it's a headshot. That's the only one you would possibly damage if you want to try to roll.
Fair enough, that second one, 10, is not a headshot, so yeah. You take 2 hits, so yeah.
And when it's my turn, or when we're ready, I will target both of those things with the minigun.
Alright, go for it.
And, okay, submit.
Oh, damn.
Damn, I can't push. This is perfect for me rolling, all a critical failure and all misses, even though it's my best stat with 13 dice.
Alright, the gun jams. You will not be able to use it for a turn while you figure it out, while you unjam it. But yeah, you miss.
Augusta's immediately back on the radio. Olivia, you never told us there was going to be turrets.
What do you mean
And I'm gonna be...
There's 2 turrets down here.
Those were not there when I worked there.
Cool. Okay, well, I'll let you know when we've dealt with them.
If you look, if they're on the main, if they're on in the same power supply as the vault, if you head down the hallway and turn left, you can make your way to the power supply and maybe power them off from there.
Yeah, sure, great. I'll give that a try.
Sorry.
You know, left down here.
I mean, that feels like door number 1, but...
At the other end of the hallway, so she was referring to 5.
Oh, 5. Great. All I have to do is stealth it past those 2 turrets and we'll be fine.
When if Herbie's minigun went jammed, he's going to sling it back and pull out his shotgun. He doesn't have time to play with this stuff. So.
All right.
And he will move forward when everybody has a chance to go. I don't want to just keep... If anybody else has anything to do, otherwise that's what he's going to do.
The other players, apart from you, are not in the combat order, because right now it's just turrets and you. If they want to join the combat order, then at this point they can act first.
So that would be Jade.
I feel like I used a turn by doing on the radio, so it's probably Jade, and I don't know if Jade is...
Looks like she's... Okay.
Well,
then Herbie will move forward.
While you work that out, Nate's going to step forward and he's going to start
How much
firing
can we...
at them. He hits once. He steps out, takes a few shots. He hits the one on the left turret 1 and then back around the corner. So he's damaged the one on the left a bit. So yeah, Jay, did you want to act?
Yeah. How much can we move at a time? Like, can I go from room to room in one?
From where you are, you can make it
round.
to 1 or 2. From where you are.
Yeah. And then next round, can I go 1 room up so I can go from room to room and have cover? Or can I only go from a room to the hallway? You would be able to
move from 1 to 3 or 4 doing that.
Yeah. Okay. So there.
Okay, Jade. You run in as Nate is firing and you enter room 1. You see a series of desks and a few chalkboards with various vault numbers attached to them, with images, graphs and such. Upon inspection, you can work out that this is the room where Vault Tech experiments were designed.
Yep. Jade is just like looking quickly around. What he's want to do is going to fight to turn the power off, but keep out of reach from the turrets.
Okay, there's nothing in this room related to power. This is basically a work area. There's a few terminals around on various desks, lots of paperwork, basically lots of information about specific vault experiments that were being worked on by this department. So let's do a turn order.
Might check it out later, but not now.
Let's do a turn order. So add to turn order.
I'll back up then. Okay.
You want initiatives?
Yeah, if you do all the stuff initiative, it should update it automatically.
Excuse me. Well, what tab is that? Initiative.
Okay, that should be that. So, oh, I've already added you, Nate. I need your character sheet. There. Initiative, there we go. Alright, so Herbie, you get to go.
Herbie, how many zones can you move? 1 or 2?
You can move. You can move 1.
He's just moving 1 forward because he needs to have an angle. Then I just want to make sure. And he's gonna, since he's just switched to the shotgun, he's just gonna use that.
Okay, after this turn, you'll be able to use your minigun again, but you hit.
No, I have to take a round to fix it. That's why I didn't.
Yeah.
I have to actually take the round.
Yeah.
So. All right. Did I need 1 or 2? So I'm going to try to bank otherwise. I think we're at 6 though, aren't we?
You're at maximum according to my notes.
Oh, I thought we were at 4. I haven't updated myself then.
Oh. Well, screw it, you're at maximum. Fuck it.
We're at 6 because I the last thing we did last time was healing, and I got extras on that. So
I must have not updated at that point then. That's what I did wrong.
Herbie, you've taken out turret 1.
And spread. I'm hitting the other gun.
Yep, you have damaged the other gun. But it is still firing.
Oh, sorry. Wrong weapon. Sorry. I have blast effect on the shotgun, not spread. So ignore it.
Blast?
Yeah, I did use the... It's spread instead of
spread.
blast.
Blast is like
Yeah,
grenades and stuff.
Yeah. Sorry, a minigun has the... What is it called? Gatling effect or something. I can't remember. There's different terminologies I'm drawing blanks on. Wrong.
Yeah.
Many other games I've seen. But yeah, the spread makes... It's a cone, so it hits both of them. I'm not sure how that disperses. Let me see.
I'll take the second one, and you've damaged the second turret. So the one remaining turret has been damaged.
Okay.
So then it's Nate. Nate steps forward and takes a shot at the remaining turret. He hits. He very much
You'll have
hits.
dealt with all of them before I get into combat.
Not quite. Nate knocks it down. Hits. Doesn't appear to do that much damage. So then it's Augusta.
Okay, Augusta's going to come up the corridor with her magnum ready and aiming to shoot at second turret and duck into 3. If I can do all of that in one move.
Yeah, you can do all that.
Then I will roll for the...
You won't be able to look around when you get in the room, but yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm just going to duck into the room and I will look around later.
You destroy it.
Cool. That's a good magnum.
Magnum's very good. So yeah, the turret's down.
Now I quickly take a round to fix my minigun.
Good shout. So yeah, you are free to explore the very basic map. In our next game, I should point out, the maps are going to be a lot better because I bought a thing that lets me make maps that are a lot better than this.
What, maps for wrestling?
Well, we're not going to need maps for the wrestling game. That's going to
We just need a big square.
Yeah, basically, that's going to be very much theatre of the mind, that game. But yeah, so the maps will be better. So yeah, Jade, you look around and you see, plenty of notes about various vault experiments that were being worked on pre-war. Herbie, you're in the hallway, in between 2 different rooms.
I'm playing guard, making sure if anybody screams, I can run, and making sure nothing comes in the hallway.
Augusta, you enter the 3rd room. You see a number of bunks, an almost endless series of bunks. You deduce this was designed to be living quarters. There is a storage room near you that has an almost infinite supply of dried food packets and a water purifier that appears to be operational. There is a room next to you that contains a robo-dock that looks very familiar to you from Edinburgh.
Wow.
The iBot behind you says, you could make a new life here. You would have everything you need. Why not stop
Would it be a life, though? Would it be a life?
The iBot says nothing in response.
I'm going to shout out, everyone, there's food and stuff in here if you need anything. And metaphorically gets the kettle on.
If nothing else, we should be able to take this back and put it on two.
I'll get some of it at least. And like, I have not eaten like anything that didn't come off of Tumu in a couple of weeks. So this would be nice. Well, not since we left Kathy Bacon's community.
Yeah. I don't think any of them have any real good choices here.
Water, though, it's better than milk from Brahmins. I mean, milk is fine, but water is also, a change is as good as a rest.
If nothing else, we can stock up from here.
And like any healing, we've got a Robodoc. Check it out.
Yeah. How did living in a vault do for you?
You know what? The first bit was fine. It was the bit where we found out they were intending to murder us. That's where it went a bit pear-shaped, to be honest.
Well, gather some food we should eat, but we need to move and take care of other things.
Yeah. And Augusta's she hasn't been in a undamaged vault where she felt safe for a long time. So this is just like, she's a little bit euphoric at just the familiarity of it, I think.
And he whistles a little bit. Jade, Nate, come on. Find anything useful. We need to get to this power room and...
Okay, so the way this will work when it comes to supplies is essentially you could take as much as you could carry where it comes to these food packets. These food packets, upon eating them, will basically keep you going for the day, and each food packet will heal like 2 hit points with no radiation. The water, if you had a way to carry it, there isn't really any bottles around or anything, so you could only really take it from the thing. So whatever containers you would fill with it would be purified water, as much as you could do. Does that make sense?
My canteen is about it then, because keep a little with you.
Yeah, you could fill canteens and stuff, but unless you had like a stash of bottles, which isn't readily available, you're kind of limited in what you can take. But the food packets, you could take almost as many as you can carry if you so chose.
So he pulls off the ramen.
No, this could this could be enough food to get us back to Edinburgh, assuming we get everything we need here today.
Well, just grab something to eat right now. Let's get down there. We can get it on the way out.
Yeah.
I don't like being in here.
Oh, okay.
Nothing's obviously wrong if the turrets are there. Let me go first again, though. He'll start opening doors, just 5, 4, 6, 2, while you guys are in the other ones, just looking in.
Okay, let's do that one by one. So 4, you open it and you see a round desk in the middle of the room with a terminal. This is the Overseer's office.
Okay, I'm just looking in to make sure there's no creatures or enemies or things like that, like we've seen glowing people before when we open doors.
Nope, there's nothing in room 4.
Okay, check door 2.
You see a sign above the door that says Vault-Tech Infrastructure Design. Inside is a similar office to in room 1. Various desks, boards with designs for more mundane vault systems, heating, networking, designs for living quarters. The iBot will appear behind you and says, "What is it you're looking for?"
Kirby shoots the iBot.
The iBot falls to the ground, smoking. And yeah,
there'll be another one spy soon.
At the moment, you are currently iBotless.
All right. We have a few moments, guys, before the iBot shows up, I hope. Looks like we got some infrastructure rooms, a boss room, and he's going to go check 6. Just yelling this out as we go. You
Okay,
probably heard
so
shotgun.
Jade has just entered room 5. This is the power... You have entered the power station vault. I do have maps for these, but you've all kind of split up, so I'm just going to describe and do theatre of the mind for this, just because switching will take longer than me explaining what they are. Jade, in front of you, the noise is now almost unbearable. You see in front of you, in the middle of the room, a number of like metallic boxes with lots of red lights on them, with antennas sticking out the top. And you can see like electricity crackling between the antennas. At the back of the room, there is a terminal, a computer terminal. At this point, a new iBot flies in, and from behind you, Jade, it just says, "Do you even know what you're doing?"
Oh, definitely not. Augusta?
So whilst Augusta hears you and decides whether she's going to approach you, I'll just describe what Herbie's seeing from outside room 6. In here, you see a sign that says Vault Tech Advanced Design. In front of you, you see a number of terminals, all of them on, and various desks. On the boards at the back, you see various designs for advanced things that, Herbie, you do not understand. But to the right, you see a metallic box with a terminal attached to it, and there's an opening next to it.
What has an opening? Just to make sure here.
You know what? I'll switch to the map of that so you can see it. So it's easier to describe. I could switch back between them, hopefully.
You just have to flicker them over since you're not.
Yeah. So first off, Jade, that is the power station that you're seeing.
Ah, all the little cones and the wires. Okay. Ooh.
And
Substation.
yeah, there's a lot of electricity dancing between those. And Herbie, you see in room 6, in front of you there are 4 desks with terminals on them, a couple of boards like chalkboards at the back of the room with various scratchings and workings out. And to the right you see a large metallic sort of box with a terminal attached to it that has an opening on it.
Oh, okay. That makes a little more sense. He'll wander in and just kind of see what's, not like putting his eye up to an eye hole or anything, because, but he looks and see what he sees in the opening.
It's got like a clear perspex cover that you would lift up. There's nothing inside.
He shrugs and puts it back down. He just wanted to make sure there was nothing in there. And he'll return back to the hallway, waiting for a night. He points and shoots. He doesn't poke with electricity and other things. That's other people's jobs. He's that smart enough to know that he shouldn't do these things. Unless you want him to blow it up. Then he'll help you. He did get a lot of C4 or whatever it is previously. He hasn't used yet. So he's going to walk back out in the hall, and I guess, Jade, what'd you find? Augusta, anything useful? Nate, try not to kill yourself.
So Augusta's going to come out and have a look in the room that Jade went into, because that was where Olivia said the power thing was. But actually, now that the turrets have been dealt with, maybe we don't want to turn the power entirely off. But we do want to check that it's not going to blow up or anything.
I was going to see if you can get it under control.
That was my thought, to turn off like things we don't need and keep power on the terminals until Augusta hopefully have found the decoding keys.
Well, Augusta doesn't know this, but room 6 is sounding like what we might be looking for. But Augusta's looking for the power thing just now, so Augusta's going to room 5 to try and sort out what's overloading and why, and whether we can, as you very clearly put, just like turn off the power to things we don't need.
Okay, so let's move over to the power
instead,
room.
I will handle the power. Try to find a console you need to start decoding. Because I probably can't. Well, I can't do. But you have the tapes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
You're the computer.
Who's going where?
Augusta's going into the power room.
Okay.
Which is 5.
Let's do power room stuff.
That was Jade talking to Augusta saying, like, I have the power. Try and find computers to decode. I will shut down what we don't need and save enough for the terminals.
Okay, if that's the plan, Jade, you approach the terminal.
Kirby's pulling out the C4 and making square blocks and getting ready.
Jade,
making little
the terminal
C4 Brahmins.
The terminal opens up, and you don't necessarily understand what you were looking at first. With an intelligence science test of a 2, you could try and work things out.
That was for me, right?
That was for Jade. I assume Jade was doing the
Jade's doing the initial stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait a minute. Just my lab code allows me to re-roll a single d20 on an intelligent-based skill test you make each scene, and I will take an action point to re-roll the other one.
Sounds good. Go for it.
I rolled like shit.
I can assist if you want.
Yeah, that allowed an extra dice.
Through the hallway. Yelling through the hallway. Oh, there you go.
It's there.
No need for me to assist. You've done it.
You play with the keyboard, Jade, and you find where, and you sort of work out roughly how this operating system works. You identify where you would input information, and you type in menu, and a menu pops up. And you have faced with 4 options. Increase power output. Next to this, there are red letters that says, warning, may cause instability. Under that, decrease power output. Next to this in red letters, recommended. Under that, cut power reroute. And beneath that, total shutdown. At this point, the iBot, which is over your shoulder, says, so that's your game. Before you make a decision, Jade, I can help you cure your condition. But only if you leave the power alone.
It knows your name, Jade.
And Jade will pause for a second until it says, if you leave the power alone, and then he will go, I don't need your help, and then I guess the reroute, is that like
the option says cut power reroute. or reroute.
Reroute. So that would be, assumingly, to the whatever project they have going on outside this facility, right? Question mark. Because I'm not technically inclined. Jade is. I'm not.
Is there like a recommended setting? Go with recommended.
There's
The
two
question is
recommended.
which-
There's one recommended setting which is decreased power output.
All right.
Well, you don't know the answer to the only thing I'm thinking. You wouldn't know the answer to that. You can only assume or make a logical guess.
And if I don't know, the answer, then let's take the safe route.
So which one are you going for?
That's a recommended. If I don't know, if Jade don't know,
Okay,
what will happen if you take a reroute?
you select decrease power output. At that point, the noise and the various crackling of electricity dies down. The iBot says, "Why, Augusta, I could ensure the survival of your settlement for centuries to come."
Why do you want to keep promising us stuff?
Because
No one promises all this stuff without taking something.
sounds like we may need a face-to-face.
We might do.
Gather everyone around me and we'll meet face-to-face.
I'll shout for the others. She hasn't put her magnum away.
Kirby pushes the detonator into the C4 charge or two that he has, and all right, I'm ready.
All right, everyone has gathered around, and you will see a blinding light. Let me just use that for now. There was a blinding light
hell no.
and a flash, and next thing you know, you are in a room with the whitest walls you have ever seen. Around you there is various machinery of which you have never seen the likes of before. Illuminated lights, pure clean chrome, and in front of you is an old man in a bed surrounded by monitors. The bed turns round and you see before you a white guy, 70s, long beard, long hair. He has clearly been in this bed for a very long time. The various machines around him are connected to him through various tubes. He says to you, "Thanks for showing me what you want. You want to end this war. That's why you're here, yes?"
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Partly,
that would
yeah.
be a good
I mean,
start.
it's kind of more what a
Exactly.
great idea it might be to be nice to people for a change. Is Nate with us, by the way?
He looks over
feel
at
like-
Nate and says, "Hi, Nate." Nate says, looks at him and says, "Hi." The old man says, "Just so you know, I know where your son is." Nate lifts up his pistol and walks over to the old man and says, "Where?" The old man says, "Just give me a second." We got some stuff to talk about here. He turns to the rest of you and says, Herbie, right? Out of the New California Republic. How would you like to go back there and be a hero?
Nope, too much work.
Don't say no too quickly. I can give you everything that would create a golden age in the New California Republic. You would be a hero that would be celebrated for centuries to come. Starvation, disease, eradicated. All thanks to you.
You make a lot of promises and stuff. So does the devil.
I'm no devil.
You don't look like no saint
I'm
either.
the person who's saving the human race.
According to whom?
According to me.
Whose idea of the human race? So you're no better than her.
I know what the human race is, and it sure as shit isn't any of you. But you have proven that you are far more capable than your origins may suggest. I'm quickly cooking up notes. I've made so many. Here we go. Let me paint the picture for you. You lot are partly why the Institute is going to lose this war right now. We needed power. We needed more power to maintain production of our troops. You denied us that power by nuking a nuclear power station. Which, I've got to hand it to you, I didn't expect. You valued a bunch of nobodies in Quincy over our needs to save the human race? I mean, fine, whatever. But here's the thing. We need power to keep up production to win this war. To do that, we need you to go to the West-Tech RD 2080 and reroute their power back to us so we can make the required troops to win this war. In return for that, I will offer peace with the Commonwealth United Forces, and we will unite to defeat the robot threats. Augusta, Jade, I will honour the deal you made with Sergeant Bauer in Quincy. I will provide you with the S742U board, and not only that, anything else your settlement needs to usher in a golden age. Herbie, I will provide you with holotapes of advanced scientific equipment that the New California Republic surely needs. Nate, I will give you your son. Can anyone make a perception survival test, and without any kind of requirement?
Well, that went great.
Herbie, behind you, you can hear gunfire. There is some kind of gunfight happening somewhere around you, but not anywhere near you. Not in this room, but there you can hear gunfire clear as day. Nobody else hears anything.
Looking at the monitors, glancing over, do I see anything worth note, considering they would be in here?
You see various images from the front lines of the war. As whatever has the cameras on them gets destroyed, the feed jumps to a new part of the front. You can see Institute soldiers running at Forge troops. You can see Institute soldiers running at Baconites. You can see Institute soldiers being approached by John Hancock and Betsy and her troops. This man is watching the war from the front lines.
Sitting perfectly safe here. Jade is tired of this shit. And this guy is offering everything without naming a price. First of all, Jade
Oh, he did name a
suspects
price.
that
He
is
didn't name the price. He wanted us to go reroute some
Yeah.
power. My question is,
Yeah,
and this is to the party, not the characters. I'm trying to remember the. Okay, we got Kathy Bacon. I can remember her kind of thing. We have the Institute, which is this. They were fighting off the Brotherhood, or the. Trying to get my triangle of trouble here figured out. Because right now I'm thinking these might be the lesser of two evils.
yeah, but Jade is definitely more for the Baconites' way of winning than this guy. Jade is sick and tired of this, and
Oh, I'm not stopping you. I'm just trying to remember for myself. So you roleplay Jade how you want. So.
Yeah.
At this point,
I'm not trying to
you hear a banging from behind you and a voice. Don't listen! Then you hear two
oh,
laser rifle shots go off and there is silence.
I know that.
Okay,
Did we
we've listened
recognize
to
the
you. Can you
voice?
send us back to where we were, please?
You said there's
Jade
doors to this room?
There is a door behind you.
Yeah,
I'm going to try to open it while Jade.
while Jade is committing
Okay, let's
cold-blooded murder, or trying at least.
let's follow Herbie. You are out.
I heard banging at the door. I'm just looking at where we are because it'll also give an idea of our location.
Herbie, you walk out. Oh, wait, I need to switch it for me too. There we go. You walk out and you see Nick Valentine on the floor, heavily damaged, next to two what were synths, but is now just synth corpses next to him. You are standing outside the room you just left. Next to you is a sign that says synth retention crossed out and has war written over it.
I grabbed Nick by the back of his now shattered, somewhat damaged body. Is he still half-powered?
He is still on and just says...
I'm dragging him in and shutting the door.
Okay.
So the rest can hear him.
You drag him inside and he just says, "Don't listen to that fucking guy."
I really wasn't liking what he was promising. Well, I liked what he was promising, but I don't trust people who make promises like that.
We got them on the run. Amari,
Who's they?
the Institute.
Which one?
We've been in here for days.
We got the Institute and the Brotherhood, so they're both creeps. But yeah, all right. Well, what did you find when you were coming down here, Nick?
Everything.
Speak. And at this point,
The rest
he's
of the
walking
rest of
around
the team
room.
are in facilities. They're fighting. Dr. Amari thinks the way to destroy the Institute is in facilities. The man in the bed says, "All right, you could destroy us. Maybe. Or we could work together. Don't make the dumb choice." Do you need proof? Do you need proof of what I can offer? He moves his hand to a keyboard and starts pressing some buttons, and a doorway opens to your right, and there's a little boy there in a Vault 111
Michelle,
suit.
before Herbie even went out, Jade attacked this guy in the bed.
Okay.
Yep. I just drug him in. And
Okay. How do you attack him?
viciously with intent.
The trusted shiz kebab.
You don't need a roll for this because there's an old man lying in bed. You raise your shish kebab, and the man in the bed says, "Do you know what you're doing? Everything I promised will be gone."
Doesn't matter for me, and launches for him.
You bring down your shish kebab on his head. You split it open. The old man is dead. At that point, Nate turns to you and says, "What are you doing? He said he had my son."
And he's probably lying.
Nate, he probably, after I drag, eventually I see this when I drag. Nate, he probably was lying, and if there's any information about your son, it's in these records somewhere here.
All right, okay.
And if this machine that Kathy wants us to get to, this God machine that makes anything, that is something scary as hell, too. Think about it. I don't think we should give that to her. I don't think anybody.
I don't like it either. I don't. Definitely don't
he
like.
He stops listening to you and starts tapping away at the console attached to the bed and starts trying to look up information. He doesn't respond to any of you.
Nate, at least remember to eat. He leaves a few packets of the food next to him.
Nick says to you all, "Well, that's one way to do it." And he chokes up a little bit of oil.
And Nick, we will... you guys... Augusta, you know about robots. Can you duct tape them or just, cauterize all that?
I don't know. What are we doing here now? Are we?
Well, for the moment, let's rescue Nick and get those tapes decoded.
Yeah, sure. I'll look at Nick then.
Right.
If I can do anything to fix things.
Nick is pretty heavily damaged. You can attempt to repair. So intelligence repair. Difficulty 3.
Let me just double check my perks.
Mostly up and running.
And remember, we have the multi-tool.
What does the multi-tool do?
It will reduce
reduce the difficulty of repair test by 1 to a minimum of 0.
I'm just double checking because I've got robotics expert, which means that I can modify robot armor mounts mods. Difficulty test for repairs to robot mod is permanently reduced by 1, and I'm at rank 3, so I can reprogram robots to fulfill different functions.
And you only need 1 success because you've reduced it twice. So.
And I've also got the lab coat.
Which means you can reroll. Okay.
Okay, so what's the roll, please? Overseer?
Difficulty 3, intelligence repair.
Okay. Oh, God.
You only needed 1 success.
Yeah, and I got 2 by default, so... That feels like cheating because the roll was bad. But
you rip open his shirt and take off the front plate that has a number of holes in it. You identify that he is leaking various fluids from various places, and you manage to seal those up After a few seconds, the light returns to Nick's eyes and he tries to stand up and mostly succeeds and just says, I don't know if death is a thing for people like me, but I was close to it.
You aren't done yet. Come on. Get used to hearing me say that, guys.
Let me tell you what I know. I've been in for days. Isaac, Samari, and Frank are in facilities. They're trying to get to the hub and facilities. Samari thinks that if there's a way to blow this place up from the inside, it's there. The surviving Institute humans are all locked up in the living quarters. They aren't coming out. I tried my best to get them out. I offered them safe passage, but they refuse to listen to me. They don't see me as a person. Haven't been able to look around many other places.
Well, Augusta, get those.
Where?
Wait a second, I'm confused about how we got here, because I want to be able to turn the power off to Vault-Tec completely so they can't carry on manufacturing stuff to fight with.
That was fine.
The Institute of
Where
manufacturing all of their stuff here. They're coming out of robotics.
Right.
Where are we right now?
Right now you're in synth retention, well, the war room.
The building. Which building? Where are we? We were in another building. We saw flash of light.
Jade is...
Nick says, you're in the Institute.
But we were just in Vault-Tec.
Well, I'm guessing that
but they
fucking
can
guy
teleport.
teleported you here.
Great. I wasn't done in there.
But
just because some old guy wanted to monologue at us.
But we have people that know how the teleporters work, right? So if we don't have anything here we need,
Yeah, I
let's
guess.
try and get back.
Nick says, I don't know where you'll be able to find a teleporter. We hadn't really found a way out.
How did you get in?
Well, we used the teleporter that was found in that synth's head you brought Amari.
Oh, shit.
We just got dumped in the reception room back there.
Right. Okay.
The old man must have had one since, like, he teleported us here. We must be
Yeah, well,
able
we
to
would
go
ask him,
back
but you
some
seem to have murdered
route.
him, so...
No, it was in the iBot that got us over here. He controlled it. So if the iBot's still floating around?
No, the iBot isn't with you.
And there won't be another one because we turned the power down. But not off, just down.
Okay, first thing, let's see what we got in all these rooms. We have to assess our resources. We'll go from there. Maybe there's some news in one of these you guys can figure out, because damn, this stuff is complicated. It's much easier when you can just blow shit up.
We were right there. It was probably in that last room, but we never looked in it. We could have just got it and left.
Well, right now we got to figure out a way to get out of here. Otherwise, we got to go ask some people in the other rooms.
Yes, I have to talk to people again. Okay, yeah, let's do this. We look around the building again.
What did your friends find, Nick? Anything useful in any of these rooms?
The only places I've been have been in this reception room. And I was in facilities for a bit. But then I got hit. So I crawled out. I looked in robotics for a bit. That's where all of the troops are being made. And then they started firing at me, so I bolted. Apart from that, I haven't really been anywhere. Living quarters is locked down. Advanced systems is locked down.
I have some ways of opening doors.
Okay, what would you like to do?
Jade might want to go into bioscience since he's here.
First, let's go check at facilities, see what they need, because that's when we have friends at. Correct? At least that's where Herbie's going to head. He won't speak to anybody else.
Is the party splitting up?
It's
You won't
rooms
split
just
up.
besides each other, right?
Yeah.
We're in advanced systems, right? No, we're in the war room.
No, you're in reception right now.
Okay. I'll just do that. That makes it easier. There, I'm in reception.
Let me add everyone so everyone can signal where they're going.
If they're just rooms to doors, or are they like paths to someplace else? That's just part of the question.
Just, Jade. There we go. There's your crew. You move your counter to where you would like to go, and I'll go through it one by one. Alright, Jade. Let's go with Jade first. Jade, you head to bioscience. Oh, crap.
Oh, fuck me.
You can run away, remember that.
You open the door and you see a number of synths standing around.
Just standing or actually alive and doing something?
They seem to be operational, but they're not looking at you.
Anything else in here?
Let me get the description.
Oh, and what generation?
These are synth generation 1s.
Okay.
In front of you, you see... In front of you straight away, there are a number of desks with terminals, with various scientific equipment. You can assess that this is basically equipment that is designed to look at biological life. Aligned up on the walls, you see in glass tubes the bodies of super mutants. Dead super mutants, maybe super mutants who were never alive in the first place, you don't know. But basically bodies of various super mutants. At the end of the room, you see a room which is basically surrounded by like glass sheets, like glass walls, with a number of computer terminals on the inside. And that's all you can see from where you're standing. Augusta, you wanted to go you wanted to head to the...
Synths are just...
Oh, sorry?
No, the synths, are they just standing there or are they working on something?
They're just standing there.
Okay.
Let's go over to Augusta. Augusta, you've gone to robotics. You're standing in the doorway of robotics. The door opens and you see at the end of the room, and this is a massive room, we're talking like a warehouse. At the end of the room you can see a conveyor belt with hundreds of Generation 1 synths. The conveyor belt is moving them along. In front of you you can see a number of various different bits of machinery that you don't entirely understand, but at the end of the room you see some stairs leading up to the conveyor belt, and at the top there is a series of terminals next to the conveyor belt.
Absolutely beelining it to the terminals.
Alright, I need to do something. I'm gonna add you in. You're starting there. As you start moving towards the terminals, where is it?
Should probably be a little bit stealthy about it if at all possible.
Oh, you want to do a sneak?
I think I do want to do a sneak.
Alright. Good plan.
What now?
Do a sneak check. Agility sneak. Difficulty 2.
2.
All right. Now do a intelligence science. Difficulty 2.
I just closed my sheet. I was so pleased.
You can do a reroll with your lab coat.
Yeah, I forgot to do the lab coat because I was not looking at what I was seeing. Just re-rolling 1 with the lab coat. That's correct.
Yeah.
Yep.
That did it.
Booyah. So you begin moving from various desks and bits of machinery. You almost put your foot through an infrared sensor, but you see it and you avoid it, and you make your way to the top of the stairs where the terminal lies. Behind you, the conveyor belt of synths continues to move forward. Let me just get the right part of the sheet up. You know what, actually, let's leave you there for now and hop back. Can you tell I planned this thinking that you wouldn't split up? Herbie,
Yes,
you were
yes,
with
we do.
Nick. Where were you heading?
We were going to head to facilities to talk to his associates to see what they were going to do and if they needed help blowing things up.
Nick says,
You said so.
they're in the middle of a firefight in there, so be ready.
Oh, he drops his machine gun down to his ready position. I haven't tested it since it's jammed, so this is a good excuse as any.
Alright. When I open the door, you head to the room on the left, I'll head to the room on the right. That'll give us cover. And we can figure out what's going on. You ready?
After you, then let me go first. You've been shot up. Do you have any weapons? Do you need something?
He pulls out his pistol. I'm ready. Let's fucking go. Oh, I need to change it over for me as well.
I see a hallway.
Yep, as
Where
you're
did we come
supposed to. And I am too. I'm just making sure.
Where did we come in?
You come in from the left. And Nick... Oh, crap. So many bloody tokens. Where is it? There it is. Nick immediately goes to the left. So he starts with you and then heads into the room on the left. You hear gunfire. You can occasionally...
Where am I hearing gunfire from?
From straight ahead of
Further
you.
down? Okay.
Let me reveal some stuff.
Am I seeing any... As I'm just going to walk down the center of the hall looking in each room. You know, if I hear gunfire at the end of the hall.
At that point, someone takes a shot at you from the end of the hall.
Do I see what it is?
Not really. You just see a gun poke out from the end of the hall.
Oh. Okay.
Let me work this out.
If he can dash, he's going to dash up to the other entrance just up a little bit.
Alright, if you won't go in there, let me reveal that for you. You duck and you weave over gunfire, and you find General Isaacs in this room.
What sort of shape is he in?
She's doing okay. She's, let me just find the bit.
She's so much bigger than me, she scares...
Well, I can fix that. There we go. Right. I may have made this area way too complicated, but let's just fucking go with it.
Oh, I'll make it easy.
As General Isaac sees you, she salutes and says, Oh,
I'm a
thank
sergeant.
God we've got
General.
reinforcements.
I'm supposed to salute you, General. I'm only a sergeant. And he salutes.
All right, let me get you up to
And-
speed, soldier. We got maybe...
Looks like you want to go east. You're going east and you need to get through. He pulls out a grenade.
No, don't. Dr. Amari says there's stuff in there we need. You can't use explosives on that room. If we could, we would have gotten that room like days ago.
Ah. Why don't you anybody let me blow? Puts it back away.
You're going to have plenty of chances, my friend, to blow things up. But listen, soldier, we got maybe 5 to 6 hostiles in that end room. What
Human or synth?
Sorry?
Human or synth?
Synth. Well, they look human, but they're definitely synth.
Gen 3?
I think so.
Or they been teleporting? That's something I've told that they can do.
I haven't noticed if they have. We've been at this position for maybe 2 days.
Is there a pack of food or him? I can't remember gender.
Is there what, sorry?
I said I can't remember the gender. Hands them a pack of food.
Oh, you're a hero, she says. She starts wolfing it down whilst explaining more. What few of us that are alive are in here. I don't know what happened to Nick. Dr. Amari's
Nick's okay.
here somewhere.
We found Nick. We got him healed up, and he's helping me.
Oh,
We have
God
a couple
for
other
that.
people looking up some other stuff. We managed to shut down or at least reduce the power output, I believe. Then the crazy old guy, well, Jade performed a surgery that went bad.
Wait, you killed the father?
That's what he was called?
Well, that's what he called himself. Kept talking endlessly over the loudspeakers about how we were ruining the human race or some shit. I don't know. We've been busy.
Yeah, he was making a lot of promises. But ready when you are. Let's do this. You feel?
All right.
You said there's only 5, right?
5 or 6, I haven't been able to confirm. We've got Frank from Monofonto Towers here somewhere in one of these rooms. Dr. Amari's in one of these rooms somewhere. I don't know where. If you got Nick with us, or maybe we got a shot. I've got an idea. And at that point, let's hop over to Jade. Hop over back to Jade. So Jade, let's put you down here. So, yeah, that's essentially you looking through the doorway.
Yeah.
What would you like to do?
Do I see any way to get past the glass wall up here and go like inside
To the right, there is
to the terminals?
To the right, there is a doorway made out of the same clear material the rest of it is made of. There is a keypad next to it.
So he will slowly try to move that way to see if the synth reacts at all. If they do, he's going to book it out of there, but if they don't react, he will try to get up to that and get in.
Okay. You start to slowly move in, and the synths do not respond to you.
You said right side, right?
Yep. You trying the door?
Yep.
The door opens.
Perfect. let's go in and see what we can find on these terminals. If there's anything I can use for my research.
Well, you start going through the terminals and start clicking through various things, and very quickly you find a number of documents detailing FEV research, some of which has been marked with Vault Tech, but most of it appears to have been generated by the Institute themselves. Reading all through all of this is going to take some time. It'll probably take you about 30 to 45 minutes to read through everything.
It's just going to see if there's whatever external device he can download them to for now.
You can download the information onto your Pip-Boy.
Perfect. Let's do that.
Alright, you connect your Pip-Boy to the terminal and begin the download process. A bar appears and says, estimated time 9 minutes. You appear to be downloading a lot of information.
Yep. He might be taking, looking around on the, from where he stands, look at the mutants in the glass. You said around the walls there were...
These mutants are a very, very pale green colour. They are a similar shade to mutants you have come across in the Commonwealth Wasteland. Without looking at the documents without looking at the reading much into the documents, you vaguely have the idea that maybe this is possibly where a lot of super mutants in the Commonwealth originated from, or maybe they originated from another source and were captured for study and brought here. You can't really work that out, but essentially you're seeing a number of different super mutant carcasses at varying life stages. Some of them look incredibly old, some of them look incredibly new. The only way you can really tell the life stage of a super mutant, because they don't really age, is how many scars they have. Some of these corpses are very heavily scarred and have clearly seen a lot of things in their life. Others haven't got a single scar on them and look smooth.
Oh, by the way, can you use the Pip-Boy while it's downloading?
No.
Okay.
I mean, you can remove the Pip-Boy and leave it to do its thing while you wander around.
For now, I'm just going to stay and keep an eye on it, but he'll be listening out for trouble outside.
Yeah, you can vaguely hear gunshots, but that's been the case since you got there, really.
Yeah.
So that will go back over to Augusta in robotics and deal with that. It slowly loads up all of those synths I put on there. Just so you know, you kind of went off the reservation a bit, but, not too far, so it's not so bad. Let me...
Hey, we're in the same building. Be happy.
Yeah. You made it into the building. Encountered an area I did not counter. I did not think was a thing. But yeah, screw it. So, not facilities. Living quarters.
Oh, you think we've derailed you before? You wait.
You haven't really derailed me. Just
Okay.
you killed the daddy, which I didn't, which I thought I'd planned for, but I have put in notes about what happens if that was to happen. So certain things I thought were going to happen aren't, and that's fine. So yeah, you are at the console.
Okay, these are version 1 synths.
Yes. You
Okay.
are in the heart of essentially the main production base for synth troops.
Okay. Augusta's in a weird mood, and this is going to get interesting. She's going to look and see what the specifications for these synths they're churning out are. Are they just bullet sponges for the battle, or are they something else?
Okay, to use the console, you will need a science intelligence. There's a lot of those today because you're in the institute. Like this is a very technological place. Difficulty 2 to get through
with a lab coat. I'm going to.
Oh, that reduces it, doesn't it?
Well, you also have don't you have perks that allow you to lower and stuff too?
I'm not doing robot stuff exactly. This is more a hacky thing.
Okay.
I'm double checking my other things, just filling and talking whilst I look to make sure. Hacker. Difficulty of skill test used to hack computers is decreased by 1 to a minimum of 0.
There we go. So you go in. You dial through the different menus and eventually find the notes for the specifications of this production line.
Right.
This is producing generic Generation 1 synths. It has the capability to create Generation 2 synths, but not Generation 3 synths. However, there is not nearly enough power to produce second generation synths. This was producing at near maximum capacity. However, there has been a recent de-elevation of the amount of power available to this place, so production has slowed down.
Okay, here's what Augusta wants to do. She's been thinking a lot about the discussion she had with Kathy Bacon and how she's treated robots in the past and how robots are being used and synths are being used in this war. What she's going to do is insert into every synth that is made after this point a simple AI algorithm that will give them choice.
Okay. Love it. All right. To pull this off, this is not going to be easy.
I didn't think it would be.
This is not going to be an easy thing to do. You are essentially going to write a new program to overwrite the previous program.
Yep.
This is.
I have a perk for this.
This is going to be a difficulty, a science intelligence difficulty 4.
Okay. I'm just double checking.
Read all your perks and feel free to use points.
Yeah, I'm double checking because let me stick the robotics perk in the chat so I don't have to read it aloud.
Okay.
And you're at rank 1 in that one?
I'm ranked 3 in that one.
Okay.
Okay, so this perk doesn't necessarily cover this eventuality, but in the spirit of what you're doing, it absolutely makes sense that this would help you here. So let's reduce it down to 3.
Okay. And donning the lab coat. Can I take an action point in advance and roll an extra die?
Go ahead. Use as many as you need. We've been pretty stingy with them today, whatever it is for you.
Now, at this point, it's only going to be time that you take. So if you did fail this, there's no, you failed forever here. You just try it. And if it fails, you will be able to try it again. But I would say each attempt is going to take you roughly 15 minutes.
That makes sense and seems fair.
Feel free to re-roll when you're one.
I'm just doing the clicking. Also aware of time, so I'm trying to...
I'm not rushed for anything.
If nobody's rushed for anything, I can go another hour.
Kat, how are you for time?
Not necessarily a problem for time, just my brain starting to not being able to find words.
That's reasonable.
Oh, okay. There's your 3.
I don't know how I did that on one roll, but I did.
Because it's one of your tag skills.
Yeah.
You write out a whole bunch of code. It takes you a little while to put the ellipses and stuff in the right place, but you create a viable program that would allow these synths to choose.
I think for the sake of doing it in 15 minutes, let's say she already has algorithms she's been playing with stored on the Pip-Boy, and she's just recreating this in this software.
Yeah. Now, this is not going to necessarily give them intelligence.
Nope.
But it will allow them to make a choice. So you upload.
And it's a learning algorithm, so the more they...
So when basically someone gives them an instruction, they can say, actually, no.
Okay. The production line continues. You don't notice any obvious change.
Yep, it's still slow because of the lack of power, but that's okay.
You are unable to see how this turns out at this point based on where you are, but you have, as far as you're aware, you have succeeded in what you intended to happen.
Cool.
Okay. Let's cut back to where... Now, in this room, Herbie, you're in a fight. You're in a combat.
Mm-hmm.
We could go into the combat as it is and give Jade and Augusta the option, once they're finished what they're doing, to join the combat. Or we could leave it here and pick this up next time. I'll leave this up to you guys.
I'm fine with a little bit more. I can probably go about another 30 minutes. I got to go run some more errands after I'm done here before but maybe a little longer, depending on how things go. Nobody's pushing me, but for sake of this, I would like to do one thing and then we move ahead.
Okay.
And we can decide. Herbie's gonna, you said Frank was here and so forth?
Yeah, Frank is actually across the hall from you. I should have revealed this earlier. Frank is there and occasionally popping out and giving shots. You saw that Nick went into the room that is to the left of where Frank is, but you haven't really seen or heard anything. You can't really see what's going on.
But as I walked up the hall, I would have looked into each room and see if I saw anything.
Fair enough. In the top left room, you see Dr. Amari hiding behind a bunch of desks, and Nick is in there and is now occasionally popping off shots towards the end of the hallway.
All right, well, Herbie's going to just step out and just start firing the minigun as he walks forward.
Okay.
And then he's going to look and see what he sees in the room and maybe do a spread of fire in there and just yell out what he sees as he walks past the other 2 doors, too.
Okay.
I'm figuring that way he's doing suppressive fire. Nobody's going to stick their head out.
All right.
And from there, just to see what we see, and then you can cut away.
You quickly put your head around, and at that point, you see XPN-20B, the surviving twin brother, synth, in his shades. He sees you and goes, "What the fuck?" and immediately fires on you.
And Herbie dunks back into the hall, but, he now has a line, and he's slowly backing up, but he can fire at me. Go ahead.
He hits.
Ooh.
Yeah. And does 2 damage.
He hits the side of my helmet and it just bounces off.
Fair enough. You quickly in there and you see a bunch of you see 3 Gen 2 synth striders and XPN-20B, who is a 3rd generation synth who you have fought before.
Okay, after he ducks in, he's going to duck behind the entrance here, and he's going to set up a line of sight to kind of shoot anybody who comes through. But he's going to be yelling out to everybody else what he saw.
Okay.
That way the only one that would have a line of sight, it would prevent, somebody would have to come, excuse me. They have to come in one at a time at the door, so he'd at least be able to shoot them.
Okay, at this
Does that make
point,
sense?
I'm going to open things up to the other players. Jade and Augusta, your various downloads and reprogrammings have finished. What would you join? Would you join Herbie in this fight at this point?
You can take a while to get there. Herbie's.
I think finding out
taking any
Herbie's
damage.
in there and fighting alone, I would go down there and try to help.
I think so. And it might be nice to wait with the fight for a week.
Yeah, that's a
If
good idea.
possible.
We won't start the fight. It was just
Yeah.
about getting people set up.
Yep, I was just more or less revealing what we were facing. That was kind of my thought. And what would we see in the? Did I see in these other two rooms that are black? As I walked past. Okay.
Basically, every room you've seen.
Oh, then Herbie would have just backed into this room, so he would still have a line of shot at the door, but he'd be somewhat protected. So he'd be in the doorway.
That's reasonable. So each of these rooms that you've seen, the six in along the hallway, control various aspects of the facilities that you're standing in the Institute facilities. Like one of them is for fire suppression, one of them is for programming certain robots to clean things up, etc., etc. Depending on which room you're in, you may have access to different environmental controls for the facility or not. At this point, add Nate, add Jade at the doorway, and add Augusta. Alright, just so it's clean and we know where everyone is. That is, yeah. That's a good place to leave it then. As a volley of laser rifle fire makes its way down the hallway, you are in a firefight. And with that, let's leave it for this week. Thanks everyone for playing.
One quick question.
Yeah.
Overseer? They're only firing lasers, correct?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Cool.
That is the weapon of the Institute, the laser rifle.
I knew there was a reason I had higher energy weapon damage resistance.
So yeah, thanks for playing, thanks for watching, we'll see you next time. Bye bye everyone.
Oh yeah. We're doing a next week. We're going to do every week, aren't we?
Yeah, we're going to be back next week to see this fight play out, however it goes. But yeah.
And we're playing Hunter tomorrow and Die on Tuesday, and then we'll get back to you about the rest.
Yeah.
Call of Cthulhu is supposedly this Saturday, and then yeah, next weekend's
Back
my
here.
busy weekend again. Yeah, back here. All right. This should be short. I just thought of a nice strategy, so it'll be over quickly on the combat.
Shoot
Or
them
I'll
before
be
they
dead.
shoot us.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, guys.
Thanks for
Have a
watching.
good night, everybody watching.
Bye
So thanks for
bye.
watching.